Well, it kind of all started in the training. That was one of the most important things to do. You had to learn where the struts were. You just had to learn the basic principle of a bus. And then when we got out there, then we just pretty much applied. And the nice thing was, we used our tools that we have in this fire department. We didn't use outside tools. We didn't go and buy anything different. We had to use what we had.
We're going, guys. Roll it.
It's a great tool for EMTs, first responders, for the fire department.
This is where we have difficulty. We've got a backboard on the floor. We only have a 12-inch aisle. It's difficult to lift that backboard with somebody on it. With a couple of seats removed back here, we can slide it back in the aisle to the open area and lift them from there. You're going to have sharp edges there, but as long as you can get the leg over it.
The hands-on was the best. You actually did the work. We cut the seats out and we put the victims on a board, and we out the windows. We went out the side. We went out the rear. We actually the hands-on was the best part of the whole thing, I feel.
You guys are getting a good feel as to how tight this is in here to work.
What I learned the most was that it is very difficult to get patients out of a school bus, just because you have cramped quarters, not as easy access as an automobile.
This time we're simulating a rollover accident. We have 2 victims that are underneath the bus that are alive. So they're going to use airbags this time. At the same time they have victims on the inside of the bus, they have victims on the outside of the bus in this scenario. So it's really going to tax the department with the resources that they've got.
This is very slippery.
We just need
Backboards and collars.
Exciting to tear apart a bus, see how they're constructed, and see how everybody works together the best on getting them out safely.
We did everything, everything, the ins and outs of cutting up a bus.
If we would try it right here, it wouldn't have nearly that give and it would go through much easier.
I learned the right way to do a lot of things, so it went really good. I was very impressed with the instructor. He did a really good job of explaining everything, so I have a whole new look now on school buses. So.
You ever run across this scenario, you come somewhat prepared. It's always tough dealing with kids, and kids getting hurt in any scenario is tough, but at least having some kind of training, some kind of hands-on training will be beneficial if it ever does occur.
I'd highly recommend the school bus training company to any fire department for training purposes. They're very informative.
Absolutely. I would highly recommend it. Even if you think you know what you're doing, do this training. Go through it, sit through the classroom, watch the videos, do the hands-on, and get into it, get it done. Very good exercise.
He was very clear and precise in his training in the class time before we came out. Was very specific on the different types of buses, on what to look for in the buses. Obviously the firemen picked up on that quite a bit, so they know where to go, what to cut, how to work around the seats. So his training was certainly expertise.
Highly recommend that Denny come and teach your class. Yep. It's thorough, the videos and everything is good, and the hands-on when he's there, he's with you from start to finish, and that's what you need.